this mentor almost of the American asset for group of the Nigeria Guidance School meeting. Today we have presentation by one of the members here. The business game consists of 7 tasks, challenges. Members came together, they brainstorm on the best task. Laleko is going to spoil Laleko and go on. Please take note, you have 20 minutes minutes for presentation. Laleko on presentation, please.
Can I go on now, please? Hello.
On with the presentation.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ewije Olalekon. I'll be presenting on behalf of the Circle 4 member. This is MMM Guidance School, batch 09 June 2017, and this is Circle 4, Group 8 Circle 4. Okay. On the list you have. Hello, can you hear me? We have 8 people that actually took part in the presentation, in the analysis breakdown and everything. Well, before I go on, firstly, when talking about, our focus is on Thailand. Thailand is known to be a great country in Southeast Asia, and they have a large population of 68 million as at present date of June. So they have different language, which is they speak Thai, Karen, Khmer, Malay, English, Japanese, and Chinese. So we look at the languages, we look at the population of the country. So we look at the conversion of their money to dollar. Presently, their currency is called Thai baht, and Thai baht, BAHT, that's the spelling the normal Thai and the baht. So their current conversion is between 35.3 Thai baht to $1. So firstly, we look at the culture and the history of Thailand, because you have to understand what it's all about. You have to know the people in themselves before doing a business or introduce something to them. So much of Thailand culture comes from the ethnic Thailand people, according to our presentation we have here. Hello. I was assuming you all are hearing me. Assuming you all are listening. So Thailand economy is still struggling to regain its growth as at the moment we are presently. And more than a year, the military seized power from the democratic power and has been affecting the economy seriously. But what we first did is that we did a SWOT analysis about Thailand as a general. We look at their strength, we look at their weakness, we look at the opportunity in there and the threat they may be having. So we look at the things that really help. Firstly, the strength. The population is high, which is this increase our chance of introducing more participants into MMM Thailand, as it means more registration. So looking at the population of it, we believe that the introducing a very huge advantage for us. So the weakness we are looking at is that the less privileged may be hard to convince because of the non-language confrontation and the local dialect. So time to learn the native dialect will be short, which we understand. However, we will improve by hiring an interpreter, as well as making use of online translator. This is one of the weaknesses we'll be having, as in looking at the things, dialect of Thailand, different language and the present economy that is affecting them. So in order for people to understand what we are trying to bring to them, we have to make them to understand things one after the other, and get a translator to translate one thing after the other. So we look at the opportunity. Can you all hear me, please? We look at the opportunity. The
just a moment, please.
Okay, please.
Just go on with the presentation. There's no need to ask if we can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
So just go on with the presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So we look at the opportunities and we look at the leadership training and seminars will be held time to time as being a participant of MMA Thailand. Try to train people so that they will train their people and that understand their language at the same time. This participant will benefit from the 30% reward on their contribution and also get 10%, which all we know the referral and everything. So we need them to understand this. So we look at the threat, government policy. That's in as much as Thailand will not break any law, MMM will not break any law in Thailand. The government will still have the final say on what to introduce into their system, just like what we are facing presently in Nigeria when the government are attacking MMM. So our financial institution in Thailand, such as the commercial bank, microfinance bank, insurance companies, pension fund, etc., will see MMM Thailand as a big threat to their financial capacity in Thailand. Like we all know, the same thing that's applicable in Nigeria, where the banks are being the one at the back end of destroying MMM and trying to make something. So these are the things we look at. We look at the SWOT analysis so that this will be our guide in order to break down our tax individually and to know what to do as a Thailand, as an entire country as a whole. So after looking at this, breaking this into different processes, what we do is that the first start is this. Our first start is that you've received all the information, which we received the information already. So the tax says that we should do okay, we will receive all the information needed in order to become managers or leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task. Entering the new country and develop MMM global there. So this new country will be the Thailand as the starting resources you have. You have the internet, a team, knowledge received in the school, and $50,000. So we are focusing on $50,000. We have an internet service, a team, and from our ideas of what and the knowledge of what we have gained so far in the school. So within an hour, you have to develop a plan of action for a week. You must specify the number of restriction and to achieve over the period. Important, $50,000 is given only once. Later on you should use the free resources from the system. So our vision is to make sure that the money we have on us is useful enough to cover everything we want to do. So our approach to the first one, which is tax number one, MMM Thailand, a name that has come to stay. We want to express love for the people of Thailand. We hope and wish them financial freedom as they actively participate. So the objective of this tax are as follows. Number one, to create an awareness of the presence of MMM Global in Thailand. Now, number one thing we have to do is we have to make awareness to individual people. We have to make them know, okay, this is what we are bringing. And without you marketing a product, I don't think anybody will know about the product. So we are going to market this. So the second thing is to meet with the locals and present the ideology of MMM to them. Tell them about the benefits, the rules that is involved, and the risks in MMM. These are the them to understand the rules and the good, the bad, and the ugly about everything. So those are the first thing we do. So by doing, we think that we involve us making use of some resources. The resource we have to make use of is we break it down into different pieces, and our resources goes to a massive campaign using the following means was launched. So this, okay, I'm sorry. Our result is the capital, which I said before, which is the 50,000, the internet, the team, and the knowledge we have. So the strategy we are going to use is number one, we have a massive campaign. We have to massively campaign both online, offline, mobile, talk to people, organize flyers and everything. So we break down the things we need for it. Number one, organizing seminars. That is very, very key. We have to gather people to come around and listen to us directly, using flyers and posters. You can't speak their language. You don't really know their language, but you have to make a flyers that will make people to understand. These are the language that you can use. If you write it in their language and give it to them, it will be more easier for them to read. So talk about radio and television adverts. Going to radio stations. This is the best way of communication. People listening to radio and television a lot. So we sensitize on university campus, which I believe the best way to get a message across to the country or to the world is when going through the youth. So we use the the power of the youth by going to university campus and being the learning people. They have the access to the internet. They can even help us by spreading this news. So we campaign in major markets and via emails. Use the sending of emails, social media presence, and bulk SMS. So these are the things. The first. So these are the breakdown. We have a breakdown of the budget of the promotion tax. Definitely, we are taking people along for 20 people. So we have accommodation. We have to find accommodation for those people at least when getting over there, which is very compulsory and needed. So looking at the rate, and the total amount you have to spend, we are estimated to spend around $6,000 because everything will be spent will be in dollars. So we look at the logistics and transportation because we have to look at the things we are going to organize in Thailand. How is it going to be like? How the transportation is going to be like? The transportation in Thailand is not that expensive, according to research. So we break down at worth of 20 people who can't spend more than 6,500 for 20 people. Now you might be looking at the transport is higher than the accommodation. Now the accommodation rate in an hotel or in a place, 2 people, 3 people can sleep in a room. But in the transportation stuff, if you pay for a single hotel room, for example, 3 people can still sleep there. But in the transportation, you can't say 1 person and 3 people cannot be sitting in. You want to pay for 1 person. So that's why we are looking at that. So seminar venue for the 3-day seminar, that's why we're conducting. For us to conduct, we'll be conducting seminars for them. So we are looking at really spending $1,500 for seminar. The graphic design, which I said we are going to be printing out some things, some banners and flyers. So we are looking at spending $1,000 on that. We are thinking of what to see is what you think. What to see is what comes continuously to your mind. Marketing. So we are looking at customizing t-shirts and caps, at least like 100. When people see this on you, see the cap and everything, they were, what's this MMA? What's all about? They want to ask questions. So we're looking at $3,000 on that. So we talk about social media ads and promotion. The power of marketing nowadays is the social media. So we're looking at $1,000 on that. So the radio adverts a day by 4 days, as in to advertise for a day for 4 days. We're looking at $800. According to the research, it shows that we can pay as low as $100 for a radio advert in Thailand. So those are the breakdown of what we intend to do. So we break down ourselves into groups. We are using the number of people we have presently in this our group. So what we do is this: we did a team responsibility is like we break ourselves like, okay, we are assuming we are just 8 of us that are here. So we have a group one. Group one will be the feasibility study, the budget preparation and logistics. So we do some brand materials such as t-shirt, and so we break ourselves. Okay, some people will go for this for the feasibility study, some people will go for the brand materials, and some people will have to go for t-shirt, because when we break it into parts, it makes it easy for everybody to take part, and we all are moving at the same time. So the action plan activities for 7 days. Now, like I said, they said I have a week for the action. So we have to break our day in, day out activities is very, very important. Now, the day one, do intelligent gathering and market surveying. We have to do our survey very well. Without doing a well-defined survey, I think we might end up having an issue with this. So number 2, the feasibility study on the city is carried out to decide the venue and the campaign location for the seminar. Just like, let me use Lagos, which I think I'm a bit familiar, or let me use Nigeria. Okay, with all due respect to anybody from the north, if you are doing a campaign in a very in the north and doing a campaign in Abuja or in Lagos or in a central point, the population that will gather to get this is a different story. It's in north. We are looking at Kano, population-wise, people will get more. So you have to look at the population of where you are looking, where the meeting should be, so that you'll be looking at people that will turn out. So we'll split ourselves into 3, like I said above, that will do the so in order to get our things done. So that's for the day one. After that, I will put an advert to employ a Thailand interpreter. After our survey as a team, the next thing we have to do is to get an interpreter, because we don't understand what they are speaking, or should I say we don't understand. They don't understand. They might not be able to communicate with us in a very easy way. So when we have an interpreter that will interpret to them, it gives us a simple, straight way of communication. So we have to do somebody that understands our own language and simply understand their own language. So that will be effective communication. So the day 2, we organize in-house short seminar for the team. Now, we are bringing somebody in as an interpreter. The interpreter have to have the idea of what you are doing. What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? This is what you are doing. So that when we are going out there, we are saying A, we won't be saying B. So we have to understand that. we work together and share our informed knowledge about MMM to achieve our mission in Thailand. They have to be on the same page with us. Develop the MMM Thailand website, social media page, group, and blog site. Before launching all these things, we have to prepare our home. We have to have a strong database or a strong base, so to say, that everybody should be able to connect. So when they are searching about, okay, we said MMM, what is MMM? People believe so much online. They want to go and Google. So all the social media have to be put in place before going out generally. So we do the same thing on YouTube, on Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere on the net. We do the advert. So invite residents to choose states to attend the seminar and have 20% reward monthly on their spare income. So from after doing this, we invite us. I'm talking about the day two. We invite people. There at the same time, after dividing ourselves into groups, we have to bring in this, the arm bills, the brand T-shirt, face cap, and we must inscribe quote. This thing is very important. MMM Thailand onto it. Big, beautiful, and on both the T-shirt, the face cap, everything must carry that thing. So seminar for the new team on how to use their both different social media platform is important. Now, if you are doing a social media platform for them, the Thai, so to say, might not be seeing it the way you are seeing it. They might have this issue of like, okay, if for example, now if you put something on a social media and what you put in there is in English, I think most Nigeria will be able to communicate to it. But when you are putting something like a French, few Nigeria will be able to communicate to it. It seems applicable to learn. So we are looking at putting something on the web. So we have to train these people for the new to learn how to use their both social media, individual social media, so that they can communicate to their people. So we are looking at day 3 to day 5. Now we might do 3 to day 5 together because after training our team, the next thing is commence 7 and the various 6 choosing cities. So we are going to choose a city. We introduce MMM ideology to them. How it works, teach them how to register, link bank account to their PO, provide them and get help. We have to do this at the same time and register with them. So register attendance, register an average of 50 participants per venue are expected to register. So we think of 6 places, so 50 per place times at least 50 minimum, which the attendance of us have more than that. So if you have average of 50 times 60, that's almost 300 at a go. That's within day 3 to day 5. So only 400 of the new participant deposit with an average deposit of $100. Total deposit will be $40,000. Now, knowing fully well that we are, like I said, we have okay within the 3 days, putting the total number of new participants at 900. Now, if you have, I said 50 to at least 50, within 3 and 6 days, so to say, we have at least 300. Now, that's an average. So at a minimum on the social media and everything, you should be able to get 900 people within those days. Now, or more. If half of these people, which is like 400, half of these 900 that we have a target point for the week, have at least, if 400 people join and they deposit $100, as in their money equivalent to $100 in general currency, that should be around $40,000 already. Now, trade leaders will be sent to other local government and states for subsequent seminar, which definitely will continue our seminars and everything, distributing flyers and going on the social media. So that's the day 3 to 5. That's what we'll be doing, going from one city and letting people know. Of which we've done our transportation and everything analysis before now. So that's involved in the cost. So the day 6, registration into MMM continue. We should keep marketing it, telling people about it. By the tertiary institution in the selected states, we are going to go to schools, talk to them about the schools, again the students representative and recruiting them into MMM. That's very key also, going for example, if you want to introduce any product in a school, when you have the SCGs in your armpit with you on your side, so to say, and you have the school beside you, the school dean or anybody or the school VC, it makes things easy. So we are going to be doing this. We are going to meet the major market first. These people are the major markets. We convert them to our side, then we go on with that. So at the day 6, we visit the local market, social gathering and events. We begin to storm everywhere, telling them about this thing, using their local people that we've already recruited to translate with them. Continuing training of leaders who carry out the ideology after we complete our mission. Yes, we have to make them that. We have to be training them continuously because they face different challenges. Some people will criticize them, some people will talk to them anyhow. So we have to make them to be refreshing their mind. So we review all work in the past 5 days. That's the 6th day. Highlight the success, the error, the challenges, propose possible solution to our mission. Definitely there will be errors, there will be mistakes. We are not all perfect, we are human beings, we are meant to make errors. So at this 6th stage, we are going to be looking at that, where we have been, what do we expect to face in the following week. So the day 7, promotion of MMM continue with road shows, distribution of So we continue the same thing on the 7th, and further training on the selected leader on the day 7 will continue. So this will be our first 7 days activities. So the summary of the entire activity we have said so far is that at the end of the 7th day, an additional 400 participants have registered or more, but only 150 make deposit. We are even cutting that. Okay, if 150 even make a deposit at worst, average of $100, so we have at least $15,000. Now, this puts the total number of registered participants who made deposit of 550 and total deposit of 55,000. Now, what I'm saying is this: is that we have 400 participants which have registered already, 150 made deposit again. So plus the 400 that we have already targeted within the first few days. So that's around 550,000 participants. Sorry, that's 550 participants. So as the from what I've just seen and for what we project, we are looking at the number of registered participants should be around 1,300. Number of participants with confirmed PH, at least for that week, with everywhere we storm, we market, we should be able to get at least half of that, and or let me see, as was 550 people, and total amount of confirmed PH should be around $55,000. At least we are putting an average of $100, and tendency that people will put more than that. So that's the one tax. Tax for the first tax, so to say, not the one, sorry. So the tax two is this: a week has passed, which we've explained. We have foreman. The average contribution of a participant to the structures is around $300. Now, under the duration of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payments, starting with the first contribution. And starting from the first contribution, the task is to calculate how many new members' contribution you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks. Now, we are planning for the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the requirement payment to the other participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of action for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated. Point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra costs we have, and how to attract them. So these are the tax number 2 breakdown. Now, so what we intend to do is the objective is this: number 1, the objective of the tax 2 was the number of participants needed to offset old participant payments. How to get this number given a 3 weeks game plan. So we have 3 weeks to do this, bring new people, look at the people that are registered, how to get them paid, and everything. So this is how we're going to do the overview. The overview is that duration is 3 weeks, number of registration per week is 300. Average contribution should be $300. Now, calculation of number of registration participants to pay old registration. An average of $300 was deposited by each participant. Quote: in order for the 550 participants to pay their 30% growth and 20 registration bonus, because it's $100, they are going to get a $20, sorry, not 20%, sorry, $20 registration bonus. The following calculations are made to be determined the amounts needed. Now, total contribution of 550 registered members, which is the one we did for the first week, at $300 per member, $300 per member. So it's going to do 550 times the $300 that you are looking at now. You know, the first set of people. Now, so we are going to have 165, 550 registered members, sorry, times the $300. So we are going to have $165,000. So there are $20. What I'm trying to say, what I'm saying that the 550 times $300 is that the people did $100, so they are expecting returns. So the $20 registration bonus is 550, the number of the data people times $20, so they are expecting another $11,000 US. So 10% referral bonus for 275 participants. Definitely, is half of them that will have introduced half of them. So we are expecting $30 times 275, which is going to give us $8,250 too. So assuming one referral per member does, so 275 refer one person each to make 550. That is, we assume that okay, one person will bring one person. So definitely, if it's 10, half of them will be introduced by 5. So that just as an assumption. So total amount accrued will be 165,000 plus 11,000 plus 8,000. That's total money accrued. Total money is to be total money now be 184,250. So 30% marginal growth on total amount equal to participants will now be 30% of that 184,250, which is $55,275. So total extra amount required to pay old participants now will now be $55,275, excluding their initial deposit. Quote: their initial deposit is excluded. Now total amount of payment expected after 30 days to old participants will now be the $55, which is the 30%, plus the $18,194,500, which is $239,775. So with an average donation of $300, we would require at least 186 new deposits for the next 3 weeks to enable payments of old participants. Now, what we mean is that if we are to pay all this thing now, we need at least 186 people to join the system. So what is the action plan? The action plan is this: splitting ourselves into 4 group of 5 to 4. We are 20, remember. So we divide ourselves into 4 groups, 5 in a group. More community with target of registration of 50 new participants per group. Now, if we divide ourselves into 5 groups, we have 4, a group of 5, 4 group of 5. So when you are targeting at least 50 from each group, so that is 50 times 4, that is 200. Cost of our little plan to achieve will be around $500. That is, if you with $500, you should be able to cost ourselves, manage ourselves. According to the older participants who deposit to provide help when they get help, that one is very, very key. And at the seminar, we have made them to understand that it's a continuous GH. You have to when you GH, you have to PH. You have to provide help continuously. According to the remaining 500 and older participants who register to provide them, which I've said before, training of about 100 guidance load manager from the participant on how to build their team. Now, at this point, when you train the guiders, they have to the team guiders. They also have to introduce people. The willingness will be there too. Encouraging referral activities by participants by emphasizing on referred bonus. We have to make them to know that when you bring people, you get 10%. Just calculate that thing should be ringing in their mind. If that is ringing, I guess it will really enhance them to do a lot of things. Encouraging people to show growth of their marvel on social media. Yes, people don't believe or what to see. People seeing is believing, like the word says. So when you share this on the social media, when they share their platform, their screenshots, even or their letter of happiness, their words, and let people know that this thing is real, people will be willing to do. All what people need is testimonies. Hold online conference and seminar to invite new participants and attend to clarify. So we are going to hold online conference, invite people from different ways. People, social media is very powerful nowadays, and when we pop into social media, we're going to invite more, and people definitely to join to see what is happening. So train support personnel and establish a low-cost online support center to take care of complaints and inquiries. Now, this is very, very important. We are going to be training somebody to in their own that will understand their language, and that will like, okay, they would definitely want to call that I have this problem, something that is new to them. People will be facing different challenges. So when they do this, it will really, really, really make a different thing. Now, I'll be going to task number 3. A month has passed, you are 100. The same plan for another month on the basis of the result of previous calculation. Now we are using the previous calculation of task number 2, taking into account the dynamic of the growth, the number of new participants and contribution for the next 4 weeks. So we calculated for the next 4 weeks using the same settings we used before. So which from that is very easy now. So the total number of the participants at the end of the week 1 is 550. We are still assuming that the week 2 they've not joined now. The dynamic of the growth and assumption of the growth rate of 50% is expected per week. So week 1 is 550. Week 2 will be half of the 550, which is 275 plus 550, then 825. Then week 3 will be half of that again, as in half of 825. So that is 413 plus 825. That's 1,138. So week 4 will be half of that again plus 120, which is at least we will get at least 50% of the old people. And from our belief is that if one person gains something, then it is going to tell 5. But if one person get the score, you're going to tell 20 people. That's according to the rule of psychology. So with this, we believe that at least you get 50% or more. Even definitely we'll be getting more. So we will 5 analysis. So then week 6 we'll be looking at the half of the total number we've gotten from week 5 is 2786 for week 5, which is 2000. So sorry, I've jumped a line. Sorry, week 4 at the end of week 4 we have like 1,857 people. So those at 50% growth rate. Total number at the end of 4 weeks will be 1,857. So week 5 analysis says that we're going to have half of that again. So adding half of that, which is 928 to the 1,857, we're going to have 2,786. Week 6, week 7 down to week 8 now. So adding half of it to half of them, half to the previous number. So when it gets to week 8, we are going to be having half of 6,269 people, which is 3,100 35 plus 6,269. So we are going to be having 9,404. Wow. At rate of 50% growth, there will be 9,404 participants at the end of each week. Now, new participants added in 4 weeks will be 9,000 within 4 weeks now. Will be 9,404 minus 1,857. Now, that is within 4 weeks, that is within 1 month, we will have added 7,547. Contribution an average of $300. Now, one person $300. So 300 times 7,547. So we'll be having approximately 2,264,000. 2,264,100. So that's for tax number 3. For tax number 4, after 2 months, you have the number of participants and deposits that you have calculated. Now you have calculated what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there's this local holiday in Thailand which is celebrating during a week. Respectively, in this period, the activity of registration falls by 75%. Make a plan of action for a month. Watch resources and how you should use them. The right amount of contribution and participation for the development of the system. Now we are assuming that the Tasman has an assumption. Now in Thailand, they celebrate something they call Songkran in their language. That's is a 3 days national public holiday. So this we've already done in our survey. Throwing of water so the purpose of the festival is just of throwing of water is the festival highlight. For 3 days, virtually the entire country turned into a celebrating war zone. So celebratory war zone. What does this mean is that you have a 3 days that they celebrate. It's just general. So due to the celebration, registration dropped by 75%, which we will be needing to increase registration after the festival, so to say. Now, during those festivals, people are celebrating, the banks, everybody will close down, people won't be able to do some things. So here's our action plan. This is what we do. We will be having a sales drive before the holiday start. It's very key because we have to look ahead. Hence, being proactive, and say the holiday, we engage on a sales drive through the insight for people that will register and contribute during the holiday. You have to make them contribute before the holiday, and you have to make them to know that, okay, if you believe in this, if this holiday is coming, you have to do something before the holiday. Undergo a massive social media campaign, like I said before. Now we are going to do it in a very massive way, and at the same time, can even be hashtag the Songkran 3 days national public holiday. We'll be hashtagging that, and people will be looking forward to it, and everybody will be getting involved into it. We participate fully doing this. We participate fully during the festive, sharing MMM flyers and also holding charity events to sensitize people about MMM ideology to everything that is always in market. Now, what we'll be doing within those periods that, okay, since they want to be doing, they're having this, we'll be putting our flyers, our face cap, our polos, putting MMM Thailand in bold and on it. I'll be going out doing those things, those holiday and those festival, doing the publicity about the festival. We'll be joining them too, and we'll be sharing our flyers. So as they are learning about the thing and the holiday, it's also a platform for us to maximize our input through there. So we'll be using banners, flyers on the streets where people come out during the holiday too. This Songkran celebration we'll be using that platform at the same time. I have a stand at a nice location for that, with a DJ and a presentation showing information and MMM. Now, whether we like it or not, nowadays we the youth of nowadays, or youth of nowadays, so love music and they love grooves. So even doing this holiday is not a bad market for it. Even it's a very good graph because everybody ought to be in offices that don't even have time. We have the time those periods. So we'll be having a very good stand, bringing a DJ into it, and at the same time telling them about MMM and every other thing. There will be instant registration of people at the street during the celebration. When people say, okay, this thing is real, you'll be connecting to people directly one-on-one, and the joy of celebration will make people to listen to you. Everybody wants to have fun. So this is how we are going to. So how to migrate now? How to mitigate it? So the activity is this. According to provide every game with the target of at least 50 of them contribute on average. Cost and resources that we need, will be emails, will be phones, follow up. So we'll be sending emails to these people, which actually we expect us to cost us around $500. We're putting calls, telling the people that bring them in their referral to making them put a call through to them, tell them to encourage them to do more. So we organize a charity event, and the charity event will definitely cost us a lot. Which during the holiday, the charity event will be doing during the holiday to promote MMM. Now, during this day, we have to understand one thing, that the every event organizer will be on the high side because of the massive way people will be involving in it. So they might be, all of them might be hooked up. So we expect we'll be spending more. So we are looking at the charity gift that we are also be sharing. So we are expecting to spend at least $2,500 for that. So expand MMM to most cities. Now we are going to be moving around from one cities, from where we are, to bigger places, or in depth of the cities. Promotion materials and seminars and events will cost us at least $5,000. So we use testimony from other participants to attract new ones, which that will be used. That does not cost us anything. Just copy, put it on the social media, intensive online promotion activities, at least for you to promote things on the other people's website, on their platform, on everywhere they are used to. Even use Facebook Thailand to even promote them if possible. So that will cost at least $1,000. So community tax, 5% PH bonus. So will be used. That's the cost of that. So contribution and participation needed after the festival. Now the festival is gone. Now we are looking at the week 9, 10, and down. So we'll be looking at, okay, after the festival, what is going to happen. So the week 9, so we are, like I said, 50% of the growth. So the last time we said we have 9,404 members already. So we are looking at half of that, which is 4,702. So adding that together, we have 14,106. So week 10 minus projected. So now we have reached 75%. So when we actually at 75%, we'll be having like 5,219, which is 25% short of. So the when we looked at short of that, 25% short of the 7,000. Okay, we came minus the projected. Now what we projected that we'll be having now reduced from our week 10. So we are expected to have like around 7,533 and 7,053. Sorry. So actually at 75%, so we'll be having a 5,290. So 12% short of will be around 7,053 minus 5,290. So that's 1,763. That invariably means a drop in income of $300 times 1,763 that I said. So we'll be having like $520,900. That's what will be short off for that week. So number of participants needed to meet up will still be 1,763, because that's the number of where we are short of. So thus we project in the next 3 weeks to have a growth rate of 62.5%, unlike the 50% we are thinking of before, per week. So 50% plus 25% for 2 weeks. So we are going to be looking at, okay, normally we are recruiting 50% at least. So what we are going to do, that we are going to hype our look by making sure that at least instead of 27, 50%, we are going to add another 25% extra within 2. So that will be like 75% within 2. Is that what we'll be looking at? So these are the budget. We are looking at. Now we'll be doing more publicity because of what we've constructed. We are looking at flyers, banners, posters. Now we'll be involving DJs. Since we've got to be so we are looking at $2,000 at that. T-shirt and face cap. We are going to be doing more t-shirt and face cap. That's $1,500. We are looking at the charity event. That's $2,000, and that total of that will be around $5,500. That's what we budget for us to get what we have missed. So tax number 5, the plan didn't work out. So we assume the plan did not work out, and you do not have enough new registration and new deposit to cover the cost of the current deposit. So it is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. What are the resources? How many participants' contribution it is needed to get this situation resolved? Due to the lack of funds, there are delay in payment. Okay, the other participants saying that neither make their own contribution nor attract new member. Now, we've assumed that, okay, the plan did not work out. So overview, this is what we are going to do, and the overview is this. Our efforts to increase the number of new registration has failed. So we register only 200 new participants, week less than we anticipated. So 200 new participants per week leads to a total number of $60,000. That is aggregate of $300. So we need new participants to register and provide help to cover the cost of the current deposit. Like we know, new participants are the one that make the system. When you bring more money, it makes the system to keep running, and people when people put new money, it makes the system to keep running over and over. So what we do is this: what participants have neither made contribution or invited new people, so there are no hopes of neither contribution or registration. payments are being delayed. Now, definitely when there is panic, the old participant won't be able to tell somebody that come and join when you two have not even collected the money. So plan of action is this: set out to move to another city that is closer to Babcock, a major city. Now, the capital of Babcock is sorry, the capital of Thailand is Bangkok, and we are definitely in a city, a capital. We expect more population, just like Nigeria, the former capital. When you look at the major former capital of Nigeria, you see that there are major people in those cities. When you see there are massive people there. Look at Abuja, look at Lagos, like Calabar. There are people there at that particular region. So we expect there will be more people in the city because that's the major city. So we move it stand as a bit closer. Because, for example, you move somewhere close like Ogun State or Ibadan, so that you'll be able to connect to the city easily. So more offline presentation is in various locations that has youth and people in informal sector, so to say, rewarding those having higher number of budgets. Okay, this is what we will do. What this means is that after moving to the city, we are going to be doing more offline presentation in different locations. Our player will not be youth. Youth can easily convert other youth, can easily talk to other people. Encourage managers and guiders not to quit donation in order to correct the system as quick as possible. Now, the guiders and we have to make sure that the guiders and the managers put in their own money so that when people get paid, they put a trust back into the system. Organize charity events with branded MMM packs. This will improve our publicity, and popularity with the local population. Now, we move to a new close to the city. We have to brand ourselves, rebrand ourselves, and you need to talk to people. When we do charity events and they see our brand, they're like, wow. So they will still have this trust. But when we go into Eden, they won't be able to do this. So that's what we intend doing. So number after to be registered aimed at 1,500 people. Yes, we target for 1,500 people to be registered within when we do this. So contribution from each participant targeted to be $300. Like I said, that's 1,500 people. So we have $45,000. So train and guide active members on how to invite new members. So once they join, we are going to them to invite people. Act around for effective solution measuring taken by a group or countries who encounter the same problem. A problem share is half solved, like they said. So we are going to talk to the same people that have experienced this kind of a thing. How do you go about it? Talk to them, and they can have one or two logistics that we don't even have. So these are the things we'll be doing. According to this to provide help more than get help. So we have to tell people provide it, bring money out, provide it. So when they provide it, the system recycled and people get moving. According people to share their testimonies, do live blog. So the budget for that tax will be, like I said, we'll be doing publicity. We are going to be spending more, doing DJ posters. We are expected to spend $2,000. Logistics for transport, because we are moving from where we are to another place. So we are going to be doing hotels, food, and everything. So we are expected to spend $2,000. Miscellaneous, what you don't really expect with definitely pump. So I expected to spend at least $1,500 for miscellaneous, which we might not even spend. Charity event, we are expected to spend $2,000. So everything will boil down to $7,500 for that tax number 5. So tax number 6. During this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. So refer activity almost reduced to 0. Okay, the old member do not attract anyone and do not make contribution to. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented, which all the old members are frozen and be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. So new deposits grow as per old contribution are not frozen and available as usual. Make your plan of action for another month, resource contribution, members, etc. Now, see, these are the plan of our action. So, in virtue of the situation as a pause mode is implemented, in which all the old members are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will be right itself. Also, will be enjoyed to educate them on what pause mode is. Now, we have to make them know what the purpose of this pause mode, how it works, avoid panicking. Panicking is very, very key. Now, we build trust by showing past experience of the program. We have to make them see this thing has happened before, this is how it works, this is how it works. The basic principle of this action, the principal is aware with the fixed bonus on the contribution he or she makes, yes. So participants do not have to wait passively, and they need to regularly provide assistance and require for getting help. Now, we have to make them that don't wait for this. Let's do something again and recycle this. So 20% bonus is added to the amount of assistance the participant provide. It means if you donate $1,000, you'll be able to withdraw $1,200. So 20% bonus is added to whatever they do in this pause period. Existing member need to know that money comes from new recruits. Yes, money does not come from you. You have to make them to understand that, see, the money you are going to be sharing is from the money you are going to be getting is from what you contribute, nothing else. So teach member the importance of getting help regularly, and most importantly, bonus for video in a letter of happiness apply for those action as well. So we ask them to do more videos so that people can see their face and believe, okay, this thing is still working. And again, we'll be doing seminars and trainings, be active in the community, force member to withdraw original donation amount after 3 months. Yes. So because people can want to put money, okay, let me leave it and let it grow and grow. So how we tend to use our resources is this. Now, funding of social media pages, we are going to be spending more on that. $2,000 flyers and stickers. We're going to be spending more. Sorry, $4,000. Refreshment for the seminar attendance. Because of the issue we are be having for people to believe in us, you have to make them to have. So you have to put think of refreshment that will make them to have this money. Okay, so I think of $1,200 for that. Waiting for the seminar for the 4 weeks, which is at least 40 people. So we are thinking of $8,000. So logistics, miscellaneous, what you doing express, we are thinking that was $3,500. So that one will be spending at least $18,700 as the budget and from the resources. So what we intend to do is that get information on some country where MMM paused and took place and how they bounce back. So we are going to be sensitizing people about how this thing happened, what they do, and how they bounce back. Educate depending on how their action could lead to pause mode, how it could be avoided. Educate the people by revising the ideology of MMM. Now we have to explain to them what caused this, why we can do this, so that it will not happen again. So the ideology of MMM will take place. So we have to use certain percent of the money and visit orphanage. When you do things like this, it's wow people. They want to know more about who are the people that are doing this. So this can bring people to join us, just to let them know that MMM cares. Yes, it's not about, okay, they've taken our money, they've run away. No. So we need to make them know. We have to do marketing. Use the same MMM media to explain the situation and what it possible. You need to be talking to people at this point. So manage and ensure that they are not carried away with many points of exposure of transparency, impacting the true ideology of MMM. So we have to make them to feel that, okay, this is the ideology of MMM, this is how it looks and everything. So the guidance now in this situation, okay, at the same time, we are going to consult the leaders in countries where it happens and learn from them. Countries like South Africa. South Africa have experienced this kind of a problem, and I think Nigeria too have experienced this kind of a problem. So it's easy for us to understand and to explain to them. So each gather will be assisted with funds to organize seminars and upload video to YouTube. We have to encourage our guide at this point and make them to know that, okay, when you do this and you encourage people and talk to them, they can still continue this. The gather should also launch an Operation PH. That is, tell people, just provide there. When people provide, everybody's providing, it makes the system to recycle and it makes it to move faster. Each manager should be encouraged to pay at an amount which should make the freezing mode be over quickly. Like I said, the GH should be based on 30 days confirm rule. The 30 days confirm rule will make GH to be sequenced as against the normal massive 2 weeks. Now, we will encourage them that, okay, when you want to GH, let's wait for 30 days of 2 weeks, you have something or you want to collect it immediately. So the system will get stronger and stronger. So the task number 7 is this. Your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place. All the old members are removed. We started to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact on the members and unfavorable response. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such condition. A plan of action under specific condition for a month. Now, in this situation, what we need to know is that people don't want to listen. They want their money. So the action we have to take is have to be very sensitive about this. So these are the plan of action we the group think of we should do for the task number 7, planning of action. Now the first thing is marketing. When you speak to people, make people to view your perspective. That's marketing. Use the same massive media to explain the situation and what a restart then means. Also need to explain what happened to those that lost their money. Now, when we market them and make them to explain to the same media they are knowing us, the same that we are going to use for them. Media, social media, medias are very powerful tools. People read what they see and people listen to what they hear. So number two, encouragement. You have to encourage old members to pitch as the only way for them to recover their original marvel. Show the history and experience of other countries that had a restart. You have to let them know that, see, this thing has happened before. This is how they go about it. You can go and do this. So you have to explain this kind of thing to them. Manage Managers must ensure that they are not carried away with many bonus at the expense of transparency impact in the true ideology of MMM. The managers have to be talked to about how these things work. Consult the leaders in countries where it has happened. Like I said before, we are going to consult the leaders where it has happened. What did they do? How did they go about it? They can share their own experience with us. Um, okay, again, we start registration again. Yes, we don't give up. So we start to register people again and again. We encourage them, we encourage people to provide help so that the system can move smoothly. That's the only solution to that thing. Increasing the growth of my road to 50%. Now, once we increase the growth to 50%, I'm very sure people will be willing and will definitely want to listen to us. Okay, fine. If I do 50% from my money, it's big. So it will encourage people to join. It is important to note that the idea of MMM is to eradicate poverty and not to invest. Yes, money needs to keep flowing. So constant withdrawal deposit will assist and not to store money for a long time in the system. So these are the exact explanation we are going to be giving them. MMM is to eradicate poverty. Now, at the same time, don't get too greedy with what you have. Let the money keep flowing. So, and lastly, honestly, inform people about all risk in MMM. People, MMM people get inform people about the risk in MMM. People get motivated once they start seeing the MMM pace. So I think we need to emphasize so much about this at the tax 7 that these are the risks in MMM. Don't get too selfish about everything. Use your spare money and don't think you are smarter than the system. Um, I would say this is a teamwork. Our teamwork says together everybody achieves more. So that's mean about our own team. Together we can change the world. So this is a presentation by Saku and Group 8, Saku 4. Thank you. My name is Rimeni Weje Olalekan. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. It was quite lengthy, but it was worth it. Thank you for the points you raised. But like I've noticed in most of the students and presentation, there's something you always leave out, and that's the SWOT analysis. Apart from the SWOT analysis that is carried out before the tax are done, that is the SWOT analysis of the country, Thailand, for you to know the areas where you can really focus on based on the strengths, and also the areas you can avoid based on the weaknesses and the threats. Okay, that's all about that portfolios. There have not been much interaction of PH orders seen much in the system, but from tax 2 between participants to that there will be friction area of unconfirmed orders, fake POP being uploaded and all that. SWOT analysis. You need to carry out your SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis. Analysis helps you know the strengths. Thank you. It helps you know the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. So once you know the strengths, you'd want to improve on that. You know the weaknesses, you want to reduce them to the barest minimum. Like we have the support reacting out to fake POP issues to ensure that it is it is eradicated from the system. Please do not mute me again, Godson. Thank you. To ensure that it's eradicated from the system, then to work on the opportunities to ensure other people to ensure that people benefit from the community and to tackle the threats. So if these are put in place, you find out that the challenges you faced in tax 3 would have reduced. Although I know in your tax 4 you mentioned that you took into account that there will be festive period, and you try to work to combat the drop, the forecasted drop, so to say, and your tax the cost mode. Now, if there had been a SWOT analysis after tax 5, I don't think the post mode would have come into play. I know it's a question. I know that the business game task. Comprise tasks. They comprise of 7 questions, 7 tasks. But if your SWOT analysis is introduced, they won't be there. Tells you about every MMM community. MMM community is weak. It means that probably a SWOT analysis is not being carried out on anything, on your person, on your business, on the company you work with, to know where you are thriving and where you're failing, so that you can balance things up and your company or whatever can exist better. You can do a SWOT analysis on yourself, your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the opportunities that are open to you and what people can get from you based on your talent and your self-worth, and the threats, from people, how you can guard yourself against those views about you, and how you can be a better person. Once it's carried out on any system, you find out that it will be very healthy. Guide us to be guidance. You can also run a SWOT analysis of your own structure to see where you are doing fine, to see how well your downlines are responding to everything in the MMM community. You find out that you become will be stronger with time. So congratulations to Cycle. I would say big congratulations to you. Thank you for being my students and for being ensuring that you learn, because a good understanding of the business game will make you confident whenever questions are asked on MMM. You confidently answer without intimidated by anyone. So congratulations to you. You can go on and make your tax 7 tax. You can go on and perform your D7 task. That I think I'm going to send a message to Olalikon. You send me email address. Now, every other person, ensure you get that particular link that's into me, so you can submit that, because everyone in Cycle 4 should have the same document to submit. So congratulations to you all, and good morning.